Hello everybody and welcome back to Kev Creates. Today we're going to be going over another tool in Bambu Studios. Today that tool will be text shape. You'll see it up in the top bar. It'll be the capital T with the lowercase a. And what this tool does is, let's get into it. It creates text. Now text is actually very useful for whenever we are trying to put lettering and numerals on, hold up, let me just see, can I do it? Yeah, from here. You can also do numbers as well. I believe you have the ability to do emojis. That's not really something I myself have personally explored, but you can put emojis onto this text from what I've seen others doing in the online makerspace. So we're gonna start with an example of a product that I want to develop and go from there. So in order to use the text tool, you simply click on it and it will create a text. Here's the thing though, if you just click on text on the text tool, it'll create a text bar on the printer plate, free floating, uh, without it being connected to anything else. That is something that could be useful. Like if I was creating a nameplate or custom text that like I want it to, let's say that I want it to make a text for a door, like I wanted a door number for my apartment door. And let's say that I was living in apartment B63 inside of an apartment building. And my numbers were broken, or I just wanted to replace mine that were outside my door. I wanted something like a little bit a little bit more me, right? Well, you can increase the size of this. Let's just say that we are going to 30 millimeters. Not very big, but you kind of get the point. You can change the scale of this, right? Click back on text in order to edit it. You can change the font. Georgia, we're going Georgia. They have a lot of different fonts that you can choose from. We're going to stick with Georgia. I don't know. This looks like a pretty good example of what you could do with your door numbers, right? And guess what? You can also change the color. I do believe that you can change the color of this as well. Here we go. Let's change this to red. And again, this comes back to the multicolor printing on the printer in the last video that I showed. But let's just say that we are going to have scarlet red door numbers for my apartment door. You can print out lettering in different colors as well. All right, let's go ahead and delete this. We're going to get into the second part of this tutorial. Yes, it's a two-parter today. Very quick, I know. So this only really changes if you have an object that you want text on, right? Click on the object, then click on text shape. Now, I know it looks weird right now, but that's just because of our settings that we have. Let's go back to 10 millimeter, right? Okay, here we go, 10 millimeter. We're going to start from the top and work our way down. Text input is where you actually change what it is that you want to be presented, right? Font is, well, it's very obvious. It's font. This is where you change how the actual lettering and numerals are going to look on your design. We're going to go back to Georgia. I actually like that. Size is obvious. It's usually measured in 10 millimeters. I've never seen this in anyone else's videos or software that it's anything else. It's going to be 10 millimeters for standard starting. You can increase that. You can go even crazier, 60. We're going to stick with 10 just for the purposes of this video. Coming over here, you have bold, and I don't really, I don't remember what the T stands for, but it makes it slanted and kind of fancy looking, right? So bold. Oh, right, sorry. This is the skew. Skew is whenever you click on these buttons, it automatically emboldens it to a set number, 470, and the skew goes up 0.2. Now, I'm wondering if I skew it all the way over to 1, nope, still goes over to 2. Let's kick that up a notch. 770. It'll always revert back to the standard setting of 470 and 0.2. Now, let's go to, I already had the advanced bar clicked down. This is basically where you can control the boldness manually. You can even type them in here. Let's go to 40. You can even type them in here. Skew. Essentially, what this will do is allow you more freehand control over the lettering and numerals. Let me raise this up. Uh, if you let's just say, for example, you go to 600, you're like, no, 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 this is not what I want. I want to start over. Simply click out of the bold or click out of the skew up here, and it will revert back to default. Okay, moving on. Thickness is exactly what it sounds like. Uh, I got to get a little bit more level so that you guys can see this. Thickness is how high the lettering is going to go. Let's say that we are working with a font that we want to be a little bit thicker. Let's say that I put a 2. This is it'll be raised up. I believe this is measured in millimeters. So 2 millimeter lettering height. That's how far off of the object it's going to come, right? We're going to go back to that just because purpose of the video. The embedded depth is at 1 right now. So this means that the lettering will actually be going down. So, you know what? Let me add another filament color here just to illustrate what I'm talking about here. I'm going to change the color of this because I want you guys to understand what exactly it is I'm talking about. Bam. Oh, let's go back. I wish that I could like capture the entire thing, but I might not be able to. Yeah, just because it's there. That's okay. Let's say, for example, that we are creating the lettering here. The embedded depth is just how far down it goes into the object. And let's say that I made the entire thing red. When it goes to print, you will have uh, your nozzle actually change over to the other color while it's in the middle of printing here. This is important mainly because if you're trying to get into like exact measurements of how much filament you're using, if you're doing like mass production, if you are worried about filament clogging from different colors and different materials, this could be something that helps you avoid that. The embedded depth is something that you have to pay attention to if you're doing different colors from what I found. Text gap is pretty self-explanatory. You just adjust it. It is freehand. Uh, the standard default setting is 0. So if you're ever like, man, I really want this to go back to the default, just click 0. It'll revert back. The angle, let me zoom out, is exactly what it sounds like. You can do a whole 180, set rotation, or you can even spin the other way. Go back to the rotation. Okay, we're almost through with the tutorial, so we're in the final mode, surround. We're going to go to not surround. So not surround means that if you have the text and it's attached to an object, it will not conform to your actual object, right? Surround the surface means that it will try and bend itself around the object. This can create some pretty interesting uh, looks and like visuals whenever you go print it. Could be useful for you, right? If you're designing like a sort of hanging lettering or hanging numerals off of a curved surface. Let's say, for example, you're making a custom Christmas ornament, like a Christmas ball ornament, and you want it to have really bold lettering hanging off of it. This could be something that you would do with like a sphere and solid lettering. Surround and horizontal. It will actually excuse me, my allergies are killing me. What it'll actually do is it will change the sort of curvature of what you're working on while you are moving the text. This isn't really a tool that I find to be very useful compared to the others, but you may be able to find a use for it because you see here, what it's doing is it's actually conforming a little bit more easily than just surround surface here because it's actually curving around the object. Again, you got to play with these tools to really understand their full potential and what you can do with them. Now, surround projection by character, this is my favorite one because it turns your lettering and numerals into an almost liquid putty that stretches and molds itself to whatever it is that you're trying to use. I have I have a lot of ideas for this that I will be exploring in future videos. So we're going to go to not surround and move this back to the plate. Because we got to get into the final operation, and I know this has been a long video so far. I think we're clocking in at, what are we clocking in at right now? 10 minutes? Yeah, that's not what I wanted, but this tool is the biggest tool that I've had to cover so far, I think. Operation is how you change the characteristics of the text as it relates to the actual object that you're using, though, now. So operation part means that your lettering or numerals are going to be part and parcel of your object. You see how the gray here, the lighter gray is the embedded portion of it. It's part of it, right? Now cut. This means that you are cutting out whatever it is that you're typing in. I'm going to slice the plate just so you see what I mean. You're literally cutting it out uh, of your object. So you can do engravings for a 3D print. Pretty cool, right? I'm sure a lot of people can find a use for this. I myself have used this for a few custom projects or people who need like Roman numeral cutouts on some of their costume pieces. So let's go back to the text. Last one is modifier. This one is something that I've seen people use are whenever they are making a sort of painted on text appearance. Let me just go ahead and do this. You see how you're not seeing it right now? It's because we're not using multiple colors right now. So you're not going to be able to see exactly what it is that this tool does. So I am going to have to, oh man, I am going to have to, let's try this part. We're going to have to color this just a little bit. I hate that I have to do this, but let's just see if it'll actually show up. Modifier. This is really just so that you can toggle multiple properties, click icon to, yeah, see, it's not going to let me do it. That's okay. This tool modifier is for having a painted on effect. So it kind of blends in with the rest of the print until you get to color printing, and you can change the color of the lettering with the separate colors, the AMS system and the nozzle. And what this will do is it'll have a painted on effect where you can't really see a difference in the surface area except for the lettering, which is just in a different color. Uh, yeah, that's about it. So I feel like this has been a pretty comprehensive review of this tool. Let me guys know what you think. Please like and subscribe. The channel is slowly growing. I will be coming out with more tutorials as time goes on. Um, Probably in the next video, we're going to go on to something a little bit more complicated. How about next video, let's do a plate system. We'll cover plate systems in the next video. Until then, this has been Kev Creates. I love all of you. Y'all have a great week, and signing off.